I can see that you're hitting super, super far behind the golf ball. Okay, there's a specific reason as to why. And the reason why is because when you take this club up to the top of your swing, you're really not that far off, right? You're going to work the club basically right up the plane, which is pretty good. However, you're going to start to restrict your hip turn and lift your hands and arms up to the top of your swing. And you can see that you've only turned your hips open maybe 10 to 15 degrees. That places your hands over the middle of your foot. Okay, so from this position where you're lacking depth, your hands now want to beeline down. I can also see that you are baseball gripping the club. I would recommend an overlapping or interlocking grip. I would not recommend a baseball grip. This is going to make it to where your hands are working more as a unit on the golf club. So from this position, when your hands beeline, you're going to come down very, very steep. And then at the last second, the reason why you hit so far behind the golf ball, you're going to drop the club back down onto the plane. Okay, now your low point is way back behind the ball. All you have the ability to do from here is try to time that thing up with your hands. And sometimes you can, and sometimes you can't. So the first thing I want us to do is not focus on solid contact. It's not focused on impact. It's actually focusing on, one, your grip. We have to change the grip. And then from there, I want you to go up and put a stick over your trail shoulder, like Ben Hogan's pane of glass. And at the top of your swing, I need 45 degrees of hip turn. Ideally, your hands, arms, and club would never touch the stick. Okay, if you turn open your hips 45 degrees, not only are you going to increase the amount of depth, ideally your hands over your heels, you're also going to be able to take the club back further. Okay, up to this point, you probably thought you were just not that flexible, but I promise you, you can open up your hips a little bit more. Okay, this is going to provide you with the opportunity when you beeline your hands down to shallow the club instead of coming down steep.